1U satellite last time. What was the 1U satellite? What defined a 1U CubeSat? 10 centimeter cube, 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter. That's a volume of? What is the volume? 1 liter. That's a volume of 1 liter. Okay? Yes. So 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter is 1 liter. Right? What is the mass of the satellite? What is the limitation of mass? 1.33 kilograms. 1.33 kilograms. Okay? Less than 1.33 kilograms. And the other aspect you're seeing there, so we'll look at what small satellites in general are. If you look at what small satellites in general are, anything that is under 5 kg would be classified as a small satellite. Okay? The biggest or the largest category of small satellite is this, the mini satellite. Okay? So mini satellite is under 5 kg. It's about 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter.
Under
500 kgs.
Oh, 500.
You see this? Huh? That's about 1,000, over 1,000.
See.
It's 12. Yes. It's out there. So make sure you take notes if you need to, because
You know how many pounds it is?
it's just multiply that by 2.2. So it's
2.2
2.2 pounds. Yeah. So that will be.
Because 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so that's 1,102.
1,100.
Is this slide on black?
Huh?
Is this slide on black?
I can put the slide on the back. We don't really go into the mini satellite, we'll just keep it aside for now. The microsatellite is about 100 kg. Each side of a microsatellite is about 50 centimeters. And it's in brackets, yes, Diman.
This is going to be on my part, SmartPoint.
Right, yeah.
No, we.
Pay attention, John. You don't have to make questions. You have to pay a fine for that. And in brackets, you see that 50 watts, 120 watts. What is that?
The power.
Yes, so the power that can be generated by these satellites. Now, you have to realize that once any satellite that goes up in space, it has to generate its own power, right? It can only carry so much battery. So it has to keep recharging the battery. Okay? Now this is the power it can generate. We'll come to what exactly this means, but you have to start thinking about how is it generating power? Solar cells, right? Or solar arrays. And you have to think about what is the area of the solar array and what is the power generated per unit area. That defines the efficiency. Right? You have to think about the side, and then, so if you look at 550 centimeters, what is the, can you give me the power generated per centimeter square? 50 watts divided by 50 by 50, let's say. Okay? So that is the power generated per unit area. Get it, Michael? Okay. And then we have the pico and nanoclass satellites. The satellite we are trying to design, it falls in as a nanosatellite. Okay? The limitation of our satellite, what was the limitation which was imposed? Rocky mission. Okay. The limitation or constraints, when we define constraints, we define constraints in terms of size, weight, and power. Okay. Here, cost is also a constraint, but we are not going to deal with the cost aspect right now. That is not. It's not imposed. That the cost aspect is not imposed yet on this
These
machine.
are
The constraint. So what we call this is, in short, we call this
is it like specifications? No, no.
not specifications. Swap constraints. Constraints are limitations. These are restrictions. Okay. So what is the size? Size-wise, what is the constraint? Which was, go back to your notes from last time and see. Check.
What's the AENG swap?
And
Oh.
Yeah, it's 30 by 10.
this is, so the size-wise it was 30 by 10 by 10, right? Weight-wise, right? That is actually what the 3U form factor limitation is. But the mission states that I'll give you the mission document. It's less than 10 kg. And what is the power constraint?
So, how much lower can you get?
So there, here, yeah, there is no constraint here. So this is design start. What you can do is, this is an approximate value. If your ballpark value, so to say. Think about that. In what way can you mount the solar cell? On the outside. You can body mount the solar cells. What other way can you mount the solar cell? You want what do you typically see on satellites? Yes, so those deployable solar cells, right? If you have something like that, then you're not limited to that. You're not limited to this form factor. Then you can have slightly more power if needed. Got it?
Will that count towards the weight? Like what having else count towards the weight?
Right. So that will count towards the weight, but as long as you design some mechanism which will fit in that. Let's say you come up with a mechanism, really nice mechanism which is really small. These days you also get flexible solar cells. You know what flexible solar cells are? Solar cells generally, what we have known are rigid solar cells. They are not flexible. These days you can flex them like there are charges which you can fold and keep it in your bag. Solar cells based charge. So you just open it up when you go over the sun and charge it. You see something like that? It will feel like a cloth. The solar cells are like cloth. You can fold it and keep it in the oven. So for this, what you can do is, for something like that, you can fold it, keep it inside your satellite. When it goes up there, no. This form factor is the limitation when it gets, the 3U form factor is a limitation when it is on the launch way. But once it is in space, it can deploy and expand. Got it? So you know what, generally what pico and nanoclass satellites are. Everybody's clear? And what small satellites are. We'll focus on pico and nanoclass satellites mostly for this class.
You said pico
Pico and nano.
and
So this is what we talked about in the last class. These specifications are given by, right now, we, an academic institution, we follow the CubeSat design specifications. Okay? And the current version is version 13. You need to go to cubesat.org and find this document. And just go through the document. It will give you a lot more constraint. It will give you diagrams of the outer structures. These we discussed, right? 10 by 10 by 10, 10 by 10 by 30. This is actually 34, so you have a little bit more than 30 centimeters. Okay. What is this poly-picosatellite orbital deployer? We call, in short, it is called PPOD. Now, what's happening? This is interesting. For pico and nano class satellites, there are no dedicated launch vehicles. You know what that means?
You have to like hitch a ride on other
You have to hitch a ride on something that is going up in space. There is no launch vehicle which are specifically designed for these smaller satellites. So when something big is going there, like a bigger satellite, right? You just attach your satellite to this, to the launch vehicle, and pick up. Now you cannot just attach it like that, right? You have to put it in something and then attach it to the launch vehicle. You understand? Because you have to protect when it's going, you have to protect from all the heat from the launch vehicle, all the pressure. Can you just expose solar cells when it is when a launch vehicle is going like this? You cannot expose the solar cells to that high pressure. They might actually break. So what you do is you put your satellite in a container and attach that container to the launch vehicle. That container is called the PPOD. Okay. That container, the size of that container is slightly bigger than a 3U form factor CubeSat. Got it? So this PPOD, what is the size of the PPOD? This is almost the size of the PPOD. Right? So what you can do is you can have three pico satellites, pico CubeSats in one PPOD. Okay? It's a spring-loaded deployer. You know what a spring-loaded deployer is? Can you guess what a spring-loaded deployer
with the
is?
spring. It deploys with the spring.
So what kind of mechanism would it be?
Spring.
So what you just want to see is it's like this. When it is empty, it's like this, okay? And then there is a lid here. You open this lid, you push it, all the CubeSats inside, and then you close the lid. And this lid is connected to the launcher. There is a mechanism where you can release the lid. Okay. Once you release the lid, what happens? The spring will push out the satellites. That is how this thing is deployed. It's a very simple but very effective and fail-proof mechanism. So this is what is this called? PPOD. What does PPOD stand for? Okay. Poly means multiple picosatellite orbital deploy. It can deploy multiple picosatellites, and you can deploy it in orbit. Why these CubeSats? So these are some of the, right now, if you look at these CubeSats and especially pico and nano class CubeSats, they are used primarily for two purposes. One is technology demonstrators. Let's say you've developed a technology. What kind of technology is relevant for satellites? Can you guess? Can you think about a technology which might be relevant for satellites?
What you say?
What kind of technology might be relevant for satellites? You want to think about technology?
Radar.
GPS, radar,
LiDAR.
LiDAR, what else? Gyroscope. So you have developed something, let's say, something incredible, right? Now, think about a gyroscope or an accelerometer.
Oh, what?
A gyroscope. You know what a gyroscope is? You know what a gyro is? What is a gyro? What does gyro give you?
Orientation.
The rate of orientation. It will give you the rate of rotation. So if you mount the gyro to yourself, if you're doing this, the gyro will lead your
Tell you how much you.
how much you're rotating, at what rate.
What rate
It
you.
will give you rate always.
Oh, okay.
So how is rate expressed? How do you express rate? Angular rate. It will give you angular rate. How is angular rate expressed?
Positional.
Unit.
Degrees per second? Degrees per second?
Degrees per second or radians per second. So it will give you radians per second or degrees per second. Now let's say you have developed a wonderful gyro. Okay? Your gyro is it's as big as it's a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter. Laser based gyro. Okay? And it's very relevant for bigger satellites. Now you want to test this satellite, test this gyro. Would you send it on a bigger satellite? You can fit it in this, send it as a secondary payload, test it, get the data, and say, look, my gyro is. You can do all of that on ground. But why do you send it to space? Operation and qualification.
Everything's different up there.
Yes, the environment is entirely different and you qualify. You space qualify that particular component. Anything that goes in space for conventional satellites has to be space qualified. You understand space qualification? It has to be qualified to fly in space. Right? It may not operate the same way it will operate in ground. But you keep that in mind. What are the problems?
Radiation.
Radiation. Can you send your normal pen in space? What happens? Huh? Can you send your normal writing pen in space?
The
It
ground.
will flow out, right?
Yeah.
Why? Pressure difference. Right? So the pressure difference is so huge, you cannot even send normal plastic. You know what happens if you send normal plastic? For example, if you send something like this plastic, or let's say you send that kind of plastic, what happens?
Will it get brittle?
Huh?
Will it get brittle?
It won't get brittle, but this will exude. It will degas in the sense this is designed under a certain pressure, okay? And it will try to, that pressure it will try to reduce. Let's say you send a composite which has an air bubble in it. What will happen? That air bubble is what at what pressure? If you design a composite here,
Atmosphere.
that is an atmospheric pressure. Okay. Once it goes out there,
It
the
means
outside pressure is much lower, much lower, right? What is energy? What do you know about energy? Energy will flow from a higher potential to a lower potential. So that pressure will try to escape because of the principles of gravity. When that tries to escape, what happens to that composite? It will fail. So anything you build with a composite, you have to be really careful. You have to test that in a vacuum chamber and then fly. If there are any shortcomings, it will show it in the vacuum chamber. Okay? So the goal of sending something in space is to space qualify. And there is something called, you have to remember this terminology again. This is a terminology. You space qualify you are increasing the TRL of that component or system. What does TRL stand for?
Technology readiness level.
Yes. So TRL stands for technology readiness level. Only a high technology readiness level component system will be able to fly in space. Okay? So when you're flying in space, up to I think technology readiness level up to 12. So you can go up to 6 or 7 by testing that system in various environments on Earth. But if you want to go above that, you have to fly that in space and get it qualified. Okay? So this is the first utility. And then you have the second reason or second type of missions for these CubeSat type satellites are utility missions. In the sense, if you want to run a science experiment, let's say, so this was a very nice, you see this one? This is a NASA satellite. It was called GeneSat. They wanted to test how a particular gene would react in space. Okay. Now you know the size of a gene. Okay. Can you put an experiment in a small dish to test the growth of a gene or how a particular gene responds to varying environment? Anybody here work with, let's say, a small seed? How a particular seed is going to grow, right? Genetically modified organism, let's say that, okay? GMO. Everybody knows GMO. So if you want to test a genetically modified organism, you want to send it in space. Can you create that environment in, let's say, a small box like this and send it in space? You could do that, right? You don't really need to make a big mission out of it and try to send back. So that is the other kind of, those are called utility missions. Let's say you want to analyze atmosphere. How would you analyze atmosphere? Again, I'm talking about utility missions, keep in mind. How would you analyze the atmosphere?
Pressure.
CO2. Spectroscopy.
Let's say you want to measure the temperature of this room. Okay? Measure the temperature of this room and pressure.
And you do the difference between the atmospheric pressure and something else to look at.
Let's focus on the room. Okay? Let's say you want to measure the temperature, or let's say you want to measure the what is the color of this room?
White, cream, I don't know.
Yes, you don't know, right? So let's say you want to analyze the color of, there is a sensor you have developed, which if you just hold it, you know the color. Okay?
Right.
Now, if you hold the sensor, let's say here, you see this is slightly darker.
Mm-hmm. But it may not be dark, it disappear really, right?
Right. So what are you going to do?
You're going to just put something right there to see the color.
So you're going to put it here. You're going to put it here.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to try and take multiple samples,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then average that to say this is the color of the room. You see that? When you're doing that with atmosphere, okay?
What device are you using?
Huh?
What device are you using?
For
For the pressure, that was the original question.
right. So if you want to find the pressure, you will use pressure gauges. Right? If you want to use temperature, you will use temperature gauges. But you will not take one sample. You cannot just hold the pressure here and say this is the pressure. You would want to sample multiple this thing and average that to say this is the room temperature, this is the room temperature. Yes. So if you want to just define holistically what is the room temperature and pressure, you do. For such a mission, these small satellites are very useful. Now think about if you have a big satellite, what is the limitation with a big satellite? It's not economical, and you cannot really put big satellites in multiple locations to figure out what the atmospheric composition is or what is the atmosphere. You cannot measure atmosphere with bigger. You could do that, but that machine will become very expensive. So for something like that, these are very useful. Of course, the advantage is, as we discussed, with these traditional satellites, it takes millions, sometimes billions of dollars to build that satellite. But with these, you could do it in probably less than $1 million, a few $100,000. Okay. And if you keep progressing, this could become really, really inexpensive. The biggest problem with that is, what is the biggest problem with that?
What is debris in space?
Huh?
What is debris in space?
It will create debris in space. The biggest limitation of this is, or the biggest concern with these class of satellites is, it's all good. It can complement the larger satellites really well. But if you launch them in large numbers, the limitation is that the concern is that it may lead to space debris. Yes.
Can you just this is a really elementary question, can you just knock them all down back to Earth?
You cannot knock them out. So what happens? What happens if you knock them out?
They just fall down. Like if you're done using a satellite, and then you
So that is where you need to.
You have to have
Yes. You cannot. What happens if you shoot something in space?
debris.
Space.
More debris.
It will create more debris, and that debris will be orbiting. You understand?
but isn't it slowly coming back to Earth, like in orbit?
Above a certain altitude, below a certain altitude, it is coming. Not, let's say if you're at 500, 600, anything above 500, 600, anything above 400.
So what if you just change the orbit so it
How do you change it?
orbited back to?
You have to send thrusters.
Huh? You have to send thrusters.
Or you just have a guy in a spaceship like hitting.
Extremely dangerous.
But like would they kind of like meteors, how they like fizzle away before they hit the ground? Would a satellite do that too?
So what happens to a meteor?
The atmosphere.
Let's take the example of meteors. You know how fast meteors are traveling? Do you realize how fast these satellites are traveling? You have an idea of these. If you put something in low Earth orbit, the speed is 18 to 90,000 miles an hour. You don't have anything like that. It is like 5, 6, 7, 8 kilometers per second. Okay? That is the speed at which they are orbiting. Now, if you try to do this, first you have to make sure you're going in the same orbit, in the same direction. If you're slightly off, not even opposite, if this is going like this, if you cross it like this, you hit it, it will create thousands, if not millions, more debris.
Okay.
It's an extremely complex problem. Any type of contact debris elimination is an extremely sensitive and a complex problem.
What if you just caught them running right now? Yeah,
If you catch them, yes, you can. If you put a net around it, even if you try to put a net around it, if that net has something which is going to strike it, more debris. I mean, you see, the way you're doing it is you have to get close and you have to orbiting. You're not staying in space, right? You have to really get close, you're orbiting, and at the same time, you're throwing a net at that speed. Okay? And imagine if at that speed, how accurate your dynamics should be. Right? It is like try giving a beer bottle to somebody who's driving.
Oh, you have to say that next.
Have to simulate the dynamics, right? Yeah, yes.
So how do they keep up with all of the satellites that
Right now there's actually whichever are they're just hoping that they'll come down. They're just waiting, not hoping, but they're waiting for them to come down. There's a lot of debris created.
so do they know where each one is at?
They do know where each one of these.
Well, they're not waiting. You can still keep track of
That's
them.
not
You can keep a track, but you cannot. Even if you know where exactly these are, it's very difficult to send something autonomous. You cannot really send humans because humans will have to need so much more space. You cannot just send a car up in space. Okay? And even if you load it, you need something to dock. Understand the space problem. If the supplies diminish, you have to send something bigger than that or smaller than that car and which can dock with the car. You understand? It's an extremely complex problem. Yes.
So how do you test for all of this? Like when it comes to the time of your actual satellite, how do you test the technical details? When you can't really get out like thousands.
No, what we're talking about is the discussion was these complementary satellites are useful, but what is the limitation? What is the concern with these? The concern is these can create, the potential of creating more debris is really, really high.
So what I'm saying, like, how do you like account for that? When you actually really sound like.
So when you, the one way to limit any more debris is you send something which will come down early. For example, this is what we discussed, we did last time. Once the mission is over, you have something on board the satellite which will deploy and increase the drag. You understand? You have, like what happens to these human capsules? How do human capsules come back?
The parachute.
They have some thrusters on them, but they also have some kind of drag enhancing system. So once the mission is done, you deploy a drag enhancing. It will essentially increase the drag so much that it will slow down. And then once it starts re-entering the atmosphere, what happens if you re-enter the atmosphere at a really high rate? It will burn off. And that is how you destroy the. There is space debris falling on you all the time. You just don't realize. Micro space debris falling on you all the time. Micro meteorites falling on you all the time.
Maybe that's what I'm saying.
And you don't realize. It will burn and there are micro debris falling on you. Please, again, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here next week.